What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the Boxing Clinic. Shout out to the LDBC, YTBC, and everybody covering boxing. It's the Boxing Clinic, you dig. And, Terence Crawford just knocked out Julius Indongo in the third round with 1:38 left. I think it was a left hand to the body. And it looked like he landed another shot to the chest, but I think the left hand to the body did it. But, it was hard for Indongo to find that range. I thought Indongo took the first round. I was watching the fight with no sound as usual. I think that right hook he landed was just the best punch in the round. But you could tell Crawford wasn't intimidated by him, and neither was Indongo intimidated until he got knocked down. But it seems like he shook off the knockdown and proceeded to go about business as usual. And one thing I did notice is the one thing I pointed out that was Indongo's weakness. When he goes to the body, his left hand, his right hand is extended, or whatever hand he threw. His other hand just drops down. He leaves himself open for a punch. And like I told you guys, and Crawford made a boxing move through Indongo's defensive deficiencies, and he scored. And he knocked him down. He scored a knockout. Exactly what I told you. The one hole in Indongo's game was when he goes to the body. He throws that straight left to the body. He drops his back. He drops his lead hand, and his straight left hand to the body is already extended, so he's not in a posture to defend what's coming behind his punch. And Crawford made a great boxing move and countered him and hurt him to the body and stopped him. And I told you guys I didn't know about Indongo's chin, and that was the $1 million mystery question. So he got knocked down. And then, his threshold for punches, we didn't know about it because he was a virtual unknown. He fought his first 20 fights in Nibia, his hometown. And then he fought 2 fights on the road versus Chavonsky and Ricky Burns. And neither one of those guys, I don't know about Chavonsky, but I know Ricky Burns is in the big puncher, and I don't know about the 20 other guys he fought in Nibia, But I told you I didn't know about his chin. I didn't know about his threshold for punches. And the body shot did it, and that's why Terence Crawford was favored in this fight. $100 could have got you $1,000 on Terence Crawford on Julius Indongo, and that's why fans are so hard on unknowns, because we don't know nothing about Indongo other than what we've seen with the Ricky Burns fight in the short clip of Chavonsky. He was trying to do his thing. He was trying to bounce on his toes and trying to find a range. And before the knockdown, it seemed like he was taking the chance to try to score on Terence Crawford. He was trying to. He was trying to press the attack. He never felt comfortable enough with Crawford to find that range. And, he took a chance with trying to score to the body and got knocked out to the body. And a lot of guys were just mailing in, play it safe, and, just let us see 12 rounds and Indongo laid it on the line. And, you know what he did, got knocked out. And, Crawford is just a, special fighter. I told you guys, nobody at 140 pounds or below is going to move up and fuck with Terence Crawford, not even Lomachenko. Only guy that can potentially beat Terence Crawford at those weight classes is Mikey Garcia. And that's because he's familiar with Terence Crawford, and he knows what it takes to beat Terence Crawford, even though Crawford beat him in the amateurs. It is what it is. Next for Crawford, I don't know. Bob Arum wants him to match him against the winner of Manny Pacquiao, Jeff Horn, which probably would be Jeff Horn this time around because Manny Pacquiao will never fight Terence Crawford. Freddie Roach already said it. They want to fight Marquez, who's retired. I don't know why he said that. Or they want to fight Mikey Garcia, which is not going to happen. You do what Bob Arum tells you to do. If you don't do that, then, you're going to have to get robbed or some shit, man. You know what I mean? And, Crawford seems like he going to go after the Horn Pacquiao winner. At this point, I don't even think it matters. Pacquiao was already past his expiration date. And, I'd rather see him versus, Jeff Horn. Either one is going to be an ass whooping. I don't think he's going to stay at 140. He do what Top Rank wants him to do. And, good for him. And Julius Indongo, I don't know where he goes from here, man. He might have an opportunity to fight for some of those belts back if Crawford moves up. I don't know. Him and Sergey Lipinets is a solid fight. Lipinets is probably looking at this film, looking at this fight, seeing that he sees dinner. You know, and the dinner is Julius Indongo, especially with the body punches and nippiness, is a good puncher as well. You know, Victor Postol is somewhere in America, somewhere in the world, chilling, ready to come back, hopefully. And it was a good around fight, man. It was a good showcase for Bud. You know, I picked Bud in the 11th round. I gave Indongo the benefit of the doubt, because usually guys from the continent of Africa is very tough. But a body shot did it. You know, the knockdown that Crawford hit him with seemed to be more of a balance shot. That Indongo was off balance, but the experience level the gap was just too massive for me to pick. You know, Julius Indongo. You know, that was just the deciding factor. Even though Indongo looked good, balanced, awkward, he just didn't have that experience to know how to survive through these situations that Terence Crawford took him to. And that's why it's very important to have an amateur background, in my opinion. You know, it's very vital. You know, you go through these situations, you see these different styles. So you see so many styles in the amateur program in the Olympics. And Crawford was an Olympian alternate, I think, in 2008. They said, you know, nothing phases you. When you don't have an amateur experience, you don't get to see all these styles that you see. You know, people have 65 to 300, 400 amateur fights. You see every style from around the world, from Africa, from the continent of Africa, with 1 million countries. You see the upright European style. You see the Cuban style. You see everything. You see guys that's awkward, and that helps prepare you for the professional level. And that's why Crawford is so adaptive to people's style, because he done seen it all. You know, he done seen it all. He's very confident, and Indongo is very confident coming to this fight. And like I told you, Crawford was going to have to break Indongo's confidence. And that's exactly what he did. Will Indongo be the same fighter after this? Probably not. You know. He's never experienced a loss. He had a short amateur background. I'm not sure if he experienced a loss in the amateurs. But when guys experience a loss, sometimes these guys go into a shell shot. And hopefully he can build himself back up, man. He's definitely a good, solid fighter. He can beat a lot of guys in a junior welterweight. He's just still in the mix. But you know, it's back to the drawing board. You know, his deficiencies on the defensive end, which was only his real deficiency he had that I've seen in this game, Crawford exposed it. And I told guys Crawford would expose it, make a boxing move, and that's what he did, man. Shout out to Terence Crawford, you know, unified, undisputed champion. We gone.